What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Domo.
And I go by the name of Yoshiko.
We sit with entrepreneurs and artists across disciplines to share their stories, insight, and gems. Their journey will inspire you to think about community and your own narrative, how it shapes who you are, and what your legacy will be.
You're listening to No Blueprint.
No Blueprint.
To No Blueprint.
No Blueprint.
You are listening to No Blueprint.
Hello. My name is Peka. I am the owner and independent artist of Impekable Nails.
Yes. I want to start from the beginning. Where were you born?
I was born here in Seattle, Washington, but I was first raised in Rainier Vista area, like Columbia City, like around here. And then I've honestly just been all over Seattle, living in different cities, from the south to the west.
Nice. What was there a reason for all of the moves?
Honestly, my mom was a single parent when we first started in the South End. So I guess you can say she was living with assistance, because she was younger and with me. So after she kind of got more on her feet, we moved to West Seattle, and the education and just better opportunities, to be honest, because I just remember having such a big difference from going to school in the South End to going to school in West Seattle.
Right.
I feel like I felt an instant change. Seriously, it's crazy how big of an effect a teacher or just the environment has.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's probably more so why we moved. And it was just a nice area. We never lived by a beach before.
Right.
So that was really nice.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Especially with a kid, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's real.
How old was your mom when she had you?
She was 16 when she had me, she got pregnant at 16 and had me at 17.
Siblings?
Yeah, I have actually 2 younger sisters. One is 4 and one is 9.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So okay.
Yep, and then my older little sister has 2 sisters too, so it's like I got 4 sisters.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, so then that's so interesting. I'm stuck on this idea with schooling because I do a lot of advocating for after school STEAM programs in the South End, and a lot of it is from exactly what you're talking about. The education is it's so different. The education that a child in the South End will get versus a child even in West Seattle, or a child is looking at the North End schools and looking at the schools on the East Side. And so that's awesome that your mother had the intuition to be like, listen, my daughter needs a better education. We're gonna go over here. Interesting. And so then, what high school?
I went to West Seattle High School.
Okay. What was that like?
It was good. I actually, I feel like I kind of fell a little bit more in love with art in high school because my senior year, or not, actually I've had him throughout all of high school, but my art teacher, he really tapped in with me a little bit more than, I guess you can say, middle school and elementary school. So it was really good. I feel like I was able to get a little bit more creative and have a little bit of direction with that teacher in West Seattle. And then I feel like I had so much friends. We lived on Alki, so all my friends would come over after school. So it was really good.
A dream.
Minus, of course, high school.
Yeah, right.
Everything else that happens in high school.
High school. Yes.
Figuring yourself out, figuring out your friends, and all that extra stuff. But for the most part, it was good.
What year did you graduate?
2010.
2010. Okay.
Do you remember the name of your art teacher?
Yes. Mike Gervais is his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually retired the year that I graduated, so I Googled him, but I can't find him. He's like, I'm gone.
Yes, not want to be found.
Right. And then what type of art were you into?
To be honest, I feel like I've always been into so many different things, anime. I love doing photorealism. That's what I really fell in love when I was in high school, because he taught me the ways to do it. And that's basically replicating something that is real. Yeah. And that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess just kind of all different types of art.
Shout out to the
and
art
stuff.
teachers.
Yeah, man,
Laura
art
was the
teachers.
same way.
As I say, art teachers always are the ones.
Yeah, they're important.
Yeah. So then you graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that you wanted to do something with that was art related?
Definitely.
Were you really?
I knew I wanted to do something art related, but
Yeah.
at the time, I just didn't. My mind wasn't on college, so I kind of like. I was just like, nah, I'm not going to go to college because I didn't see art as a job or a career when I was in high school in 2010.
Yeah.
So I took like a couple of months and I was looking into schools for makeup because I was like, I don't do makeup. Why don't I try that out? But I actually went to cosmetology school for hair.
Okay.
In 2010 when I graduated from high school.
Interesting.
And then from that, I like doing the manicures and the pedicures side of that school. And I was like, I like hair. I made a little bit of money on hair, but it didn't make me happy enough.
Okay.
And so I started serving, and I went back to school for nails.
Okay. Where did you go to do nail or to go to school for nails?
I went to Evergreen Beauty College in Everett.
Okay.
And at the time, I was living in Burien, so
That was
I would literally
trek.
Yeah, I went. I think school started at 8 at the time, but me living in Burien, I had to go through all the fields of traffic. So literally, I would leave at 4 in the morning, get to school at 6, and sleep in my car until school started.
To try to beat traffic.
No, I did beat traffic.
Yeah.
It wasn't no
Clearly.
trying.
Yeah,
I beat
yeah,
traffic.
clearly.
That's a sweet spot, you know?
That is.
Yeah, I had to leave early,
Yeah.
but it was worth it, and I just took a nap
Yeah,
until I started school.
that's real. As you were going through school, was you still like creating as far as art was concerned?
Oh yeah,
or was
well,
that...
when I went to cosmetology school, when I was still doing hair, I was painting my nails every day.
Okay.
If not every day, every 2 days.
Nice.
And that was when this thing called Crackle came out back then.
What is
And it's
Crackle?
basically this polish that you put over a polish that will kind of like crackle. Like you put on a solid polish, but then it'll kind of like...
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know how to explain.
It makes that sound?
No, it doesn't make the sound.
I was like, what?
I made the sound. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's basically, it like separates, like little chunks will separate on top of the polish. So that just made, it was just really fascinating back in the day. So I would just do a bunch of art, like glitter, and see if I could do some polka dots and stuff. And back then, 2011, 2012, nail art wasn't as much popular as it is right now.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it was really intriguing to me back then because the little artist in me was like, ooh, I wonder if I could do this and do that. Yeah. So yeah, when I was in cosmetology school, I was painting my nails 24/7, and I actually would be in the break room at school for hair, telling the front desk, okay guys, I'm not taking any more clients, I'm about to do my classmates' nails in the break room.
Yeah.
So that creativity like always stuck with me when I found out that I like doing nails.
Did you get any pushback?
What do you mean?
Just like when you were like, I'm not taking any more clients. Or was it like,
in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, people were sad that I wasn't taking clients, but I am now. But it's like you have to kind of agree with different things that are, my policies and such.
Absolutely. Once you were finished and you got your license, you got your second license, then what did you, like, what did you envision that you were going to be doing? Did you always know that you were going to be an entrepreneur?
No,
Okay.
it was somewhat forced in a way. I mean, I can't say I was forced to do it, but to be honest, after I graduated from nail tech school, I got my license and I was doing nails at home. And I would charge $5 for your first time, $10 for your second time.
That's cheap.
I was about to say, you were
Yes.
doing it on the low.
Slanging nails, like...
Okay.
Yeah, just looking back, it's just like, wow, girl, you used to do nails for $5-10.
Yeah.
Yo.
Breaking yourself.
Right.
But obviously, it just made me happy enough that I was making only $10.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I went to a bunch of different nail shops and I showed them my portfolio because even when I was in school, I was doing a lot of fun great stuff, kind of like advanced than the people that were in school. So I had a portfolio right when I had graduated. I went to a bunch of different local shops, which more so Vietnamese own. And I showed them my work. Even places that were hiring, they were like, no, we're not.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Like your work is really, really nice, but we ain't got time for you. Like, you can't make no money.
I was just having that conversation just about the politics behind entrepreneurship, from a standpoint where on one hand you're like, wow, that's so cool, the XYZ community is so connected to their own community and they're building them up, but then it's like, okay, but what does that mean when somebody who's not in that community is trying to get into doing something? So then what happened? Like, so you can't get a job at a nail shop. They're telling you that your work is good, so you're being validated in a way, but you can't get money out here.
Yeah, pretty much. But after knocking on so many different doors, I actually somewhat built like a little clientele at home. So one of my clients, she had went to this shop. Before she had came to me, she went to this other shop, and she's like, you know what, you should go down, try this shop. They do nail art, so they might like your work. So I went down there, and it was a Vietnamese-owned shop as well, and I showed them my work. And she was like, okay, we'll come in basically like for a demo type of thing. Let's see, we'll throw you in there, see if you can get a hang of it. And I mean, I did what I did. It wasn't nothing new to me, even though I was out of school. It just came really natural to me, and I'm not the type of person that will like look at somebody just because of their race. I feel like they felt since I was black that like maybe she would be racist, or maybe she won't like us, and I know we talk in our language. I could just, you know, that energy. I could feel that energy, but that's not the type of person that I am. Or I wouldn't have went there looking for work.
Right.
So
I want to pause for a minute, because that's real too. What you just said, right, is just in that even that process of an outsider coming in. Does that mean we will have to change who we are in order to feel accustomed to you coming into this position? Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but definitely. But yeah, they ended up letting me work there, and there was definitely some pros and cons, I should say, but at the end of the day, I worked there for 3 months, and they had let me go due to some really not professional things, not on my behalf, but on their behalf. And I just take it as experience, honestly, and I will say that is what pushed me a bit more to becoming my own boss.
Was there anything that you saw that either validated that, yo, I could do this on my own, or that was like, oh shit, I didn't think about this?
Well, to be honest, still at that point, I feel like people around me, like my support team or people who felt that they can team with me, I felt like they saw it in me. And I still didn't see it.
Okay.
You know, at that point, I still didn't see it.
Yeah.
It was something that still kind of forced me, like, girl, this is what you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
Because the places that were hiring, they were just for natural nails.
Right.
And I went to school for natural nails, and I went to school for not natural nails, and I wanted to do more than just the basics.
Right.
And those places were predominantly spas, white owned, and I worked at one, but it's just crazy. I feel like the places that I worked for, I feel like they wanted something out of me, but it's like I wanted to help, but at the end they still had like a plan. You know what I mean? Or just like they wanted to be the one that was winning, or just, I don't know how exactly to explain it, but I feel like wherever I go, whatever I put my energy towards, whether I'm working or if I'm just donating my time, I feel like I'm doing it genuinely. And I feel like the places that I worked for prior to working for myself, I feel like they had what is the word?
Ulterior motive.
Yes, exactly
I was gonna
that.
say, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Interesting.
That always happens when you work for someone. The boss.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
Looking
how
out
it
for
is.
number one.
Yeah, that is it.
You are here
Because
for.
it's like, how am I to expect them to not want to look out for themselves?
Yeah.
That's why they have a business.
So then you decide, I'm gonna get my business license, or did you?
Actually, I had a client of mine who had a hair salon, and she actually followed me from home to that nail salon from her business, because she was working at a place and was booth renting for her business, but she opened up a business. Her name is Candace Smiley, Miss Twist Artistry Studio in Renton.
Hey.
Check her out. She's the best in Seattle.
Okay, that's
Let
fire.
her twist you up. She does really good natural styles.
Nice. Okay, maybe another guest for the future.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, there it is. Dope. So then, so you start renting a booth. Did you immediately know that you had something because clients had followed you from getting your nails in at the house?
A whole nother year of me not like fully like understanding who I was, and I feel like every day it's still like, damn girl, like you sleeping on yourself, you know what I mean? But I feel like she believed it. Like I had spoke earlier, I feel like my colleagues or my family or my close friends, they saw it in me, and she saw it in me. She was like, girl, you gonna be good. And it was hard. It was really hard because I had went to school right out of school and went back to school. Right. So I hadn't gotten like on my feet financially yet. So putting my money, the little money that I had into the business, into her business as well, it was pretty difficult. But I feel like that there pushed me to want to like, okay, if you can do this and pay rent here, you can do it on your own. Absolutely. So I would say yes, that's when it clicked. Like, okay, you could be doing this alone or just like independently.
Okay, absolutely.
I have a question. So I just looked at your Instagram, and you have 40,000 followers. So I'm, because we're in a conversation about like when did it click. So when did you start amassing so many followers? Because even some established nail shops don't have that many followers, right? A
lot of different people, businesses, even some people are on a like higher platform. I guess I feel like to me it's just a way of connecting with people, and I feel like I have a good way of connecting with people through my art and my work in general. But I feel like I've always kind of it was a personal Instagram first, so it wasn't a business one the whole time. So I guess it's just my artistic personality is what attracts people, and it just me being myself just allows people, or it keeps attracting more and more people.
So when was it when you started getting like a lot, like when it like started to pick up your social media?
Maybe my second year of having Instagram, I guess you can say.
Wow.
I haven't like tallied how many people followed me in so many years.
Advice.
I can't. Hashtag. I mean, you got to put some work in.
Yeah, mine's private anyway.
Yeah, well, you gonna keep it private?
But no, but like but I'm saying, like young folks, I feel like we know social media, and that brings in people. Right?
Yeah.
Being your own boss now, owning your own business, how did you come to the point where you knew what your rate was and what your worth is?
Well, honestly, going through the different experiences that I have, not just only the nail shop experience, just customer service. I've worked in so many different customer service businesses. But what I will say, specifically with what we're saying, working in the nail shop, there's so much chaos going on. There's no policies. Maybe it's like a tax on a credit card, something. That's the policy. Like, oh, it's $50 or 50 cents for whatever. Anywho,
for transactions.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is at the nail shops, I feel like they don't have any type of policies. You can come in at any time. Even if you have an appointment, you can come in late. They're going to fit you in. You can bring your mom, your auntie, your daughter, your children. Everybody's in the nail shop, waiting. Like, it's a crowd in the shop. And accept a walk-in right before they have a person that has an appointment at that same time, make the person that has an appointment wait because they just fit in a walk-in so they can make $15. And I feel like I wasn't having none of that shit. Like, that is not for me. I'm sorry, but especially being a Virgo, I'm like, hell no, this is not okay. I need order. Yeah, and I don't like people hovering and like looking over the stuff that I do. It takes time and it's very intricate. So I feel like I wanted to provide a service that was more personal, and I wanted them to have their own time, and you're gonna have to pay for your time. And if you're late, you're gonna have to pay for your time, because that time missed is time missed out of my check. You know, if I don't have a client, I get paid per client. I'm not just making hourly. I make money per person. So I had to go through a lot of different experiences.
I was about to say, that's a whole, we would be here forever, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you've seen it all, like from
seen a lot of
last minute cancels to, yo, I'm here now 2 hours later to.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm thankful. I'm so thankful, because I feel like the energy that I have, the way that I've already set up my policies, I feel like everybody just kind of gets in line. And then if there's a hair out of order, I let them know, and then it just gets back in order. So I'm very thankful, but I will say I've gone through a lot of different experiences to get to that. Even when I was working at Miss Twist Studio, because I was still learning, because I only had 3 months of experience at the nail shop. So
that's real.
I had to get it. I had to get myself together and all these other girls together.
That's real.
Obviously, it shows that you're very passionate about like the art piece. What's like the most difficult like art on nails that you've done?
The most difficult, I would say, is portraits. So actually making a person's face would be probably the most difficult.
Somebody's nail?
Yeah.
That's
like a face or a logo or something like that. But I feel like a face is a bit harder, because a face is a face.
Right.
And it's on a nail at the same time.
That'll look like my cousin.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it like one face per nail? Like, or like you, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the face is on the one nail.
Yeah, it just depends on how difficult the actual image that I'm replicating. I guess that's what would make it the most hardest. I feel like the most time I spent on some nails, I feel like I spent a lot of time on the Cardi B nails that I did. Like, because
So wait, what are Cardi B nails?
Yeah, talk about that. What is that?
The set that I did, it was an encapsulated yellow Mylar set. So the actual nails, they were like a glittery yellow. And I hand painted Cardi B's face on my middle finger, and it was like that, the tongue out, Cardi B from Love and Hip Hop. Whatever. Yes, her tongue was all the way out.
Oh wow.
So that itself, it took hours just to do her face.
Wow.
And then after that, I wanted the whole set to be inspired by her own style, so I did crazy bling, like 3D jewels on top of jewels type of set.
Is that on Instagram? We'll find it.
Definitely.
And like this is just blowing my mind, because there's not much real estate on the nails, you know?
So then there is. Really? At the same time, I feel like it depends on the perspective that you look at them. Because it's like, it's just another canvas.
You see me hiding my nasty fingers.
Y'all like trying to clean it.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. And then what's next?
I am actually working on classes right now. I'm
okay.
Really excited. Yes.
What are you taking classes for?
No, she's giving classes.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Take classes.
I saw that.
Yeah. I'm into it, but most of my classes I have to travel and stuff. But anywho, I'm going to be the one that people are traveling to this year. I'm excited because the education that I had in more so nail school wasn't the best education. I feel like I've gone through a lot of different experiences and paid for advanced classes. And just from an artist standpoint, I feel like I have a lot of experience and knowledge to give.
Hell yeah.
And
which is why we're here.
Yes, exactly. I want to give back.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
How can someone sign up for your classes? How do people stay in touch?
So right now I'm going to be posting everything on Instagram, but once I finalize things, which will be most likely Monday, August 27th, I'm going to finalize everything, have a post flyer, all the information. Look for that information on my Instagram, Impekable Nails with a K. And I will have all that information. And once I see that specific people are really interested, we will communicate from that point. Yep. You can also email me at impeccablenails@gmail.com.
Yes. And then if you are looking for rates, if you're looking for how to get your nails done from Peka, follow her on Instagram. Yeah. And let's get it.
Yeah. And sorry, one more thing.
Yeah, no.
Another thing that I'm actually looking forward to that you guys can look forward to too is I'll be doing YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's something I'm excited for. I know it's gonna be a whole new realm, whole new social media realm. You have people helping you? You have people like shooting? Not yet. It's like it's just me.
Oh, wow.
It's been me. Yes, but I'm excited for that, and I'm definitely like open to taking advice and
I got you.
Different stuff because it's gonna be a whole new world for me. But I'm excited.
Are you gonna be like those people?
No, that's makeup. Oh. I know they like do the swatches and stuff. No, I'm gonna be like this.
Right. Yes, that's super awesome. Yeah. That is super cool.
I'm excited.
Cool. Well, we will definitely make sure that this goes out far and wide. We don't have 40,000 followers on our Instagram, but
that's all right. That's so cool.
Absolutely.
40,000. That's a lot.
We super appreciate your time. Your YouTube is gonna blow up. Like I'm sure folks will be coming in and out of your class. Like this is dope. Yeah. Thank you so much for all your time.
Appreciate
it.
Having me.
Yes.
This is Peka, and you're listening to No Blueprint Podcast.
If you liked what you heard, be sure to donate so we can keep going. We are on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube, so be sure to subscribe, rate, and comment. You have no idea how much it helps. We also want to know what you think. You can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can even use the hashtag NoBlueprint. And if you're really down with the movement, you can join our Patreon account and become a patron, where you'll get exclusive content and limited edition merchandise. No Blueprint is powered by Ambassador Stories. We share stories of the people, places, and spaces that bring soul to our communities. No Blueprint is recorded at Ambassador Stories Studios and co-produced with me, Maya Aina. Hear more episodes of No Blueprint and get official No Blueprint merchandise at noblueprintpodcast.com.
First, women are so important because we bring a whole other set of values. It's like a whole other level of empathy.
When you start doing your art, put on a timer and just see how long it takes you to create a piece, and then price it by that. And so, they ask, what do you think your art is worth? Is it worth $20 an hour or $25 an hour? And
you also don't want to price yourself out of the ability to have your own community be able to purchase it.
When you first start, it's a little slow, and it won't be successful from the very beginning, but if you keep going, I'm pretty sure you'll be successful.